Hey guys, welcome to a video where today I'm going to be going through my FPL review for Game Week 1. This is a part of a series where you're going to be following me throughout the FPL season as I review my team, and I aim to get in the top 50k by the end of the season. Now in the past with FPL, I've always made a team and then just left it over the season. This season I'm going to be taking it seriously and we'll be making videos for you guys to follow along too. Anyway, let's have a look at Game Week 1, and this is my team. I used a bench boost and I ended up with 84 points. And my overall rank is around 46,000, which is in the top 50k already, so I'm pretty happy with that. In goal, I started Labbins from Man United. Now, Man United looks really poor. I already knew Man United's defence was pretty poor. I think that 2-0 loss to Hull just proved it. We will see how they do against Ipswich, though, before I decide to make any changes defensively. Hopefully, they do well against Ipswich. If not, I'm going to have to really reconsider my team. On my bench, I had Verbruggen. Brighton won 4-0 against Aston Villa, absolutely destroyed them, and kept a clean sheet, which I'm really happy with. Man United and Brighton, their fixtures rotate really nicely for the first few game weeks, so I'm probably going to keep these two goalkeepers in, and I did get a nice return of 7 points from them. Moving on to my defence, I had Calafiori from Arsenal. Arsenal destroyed Coventry 3-0. It was a really great performance. Calafiori, he's always going really high up. I think for 5.5 million, everyone should really have Calafiori in their team. There's a bit of a minutes risk, however, he did play a good amount of minutes that game, and he showed a lot of attacking threat. I also had Gabriel from Arsenal. The reason I picked Gabriel originally was that I know he's going to play 90 minutes every single match. He's got a bit of goal threat. He's got a bit of DEFCON potential. Came away with 5 points due to the clean sheet. However, he did get a yellow card, which lowered his score by 1. So overall, my Arsenal defence got me 14 points, which is really good. Then I also picked Gvardiol. Man City were losing 1-0 all the way up until like the 90th minute-ish. Gvardiol luckily got a goal. He's got an extremely good attacking threat, the way he's always pushing up the pitch on that wing and making overlapping runs. As a result, he got a goal from it, which I'm really happy about. I'm happy Haaland blanked as well, and Gvardiol got a goal because I don't have Haaland in my team. Now Mohamovic from Leeds, he did not reach his defensive contributions but still came away with 6 points due to their clean sheet against Nottingham Forest, which was pretty close, to be honest. He could have conceded. I was under the impression he'd be good for defensive contributions, however he didn't seem too good this game week, but I am going to give him more of a chance to prove himself. I also had Solis from Arsenal. He's a great winger. I heard Martinelli's leaving as well, so he's probably going to be staying in my team. Got 6 points from that assist, which technically didn't count as an assist, but FPL counts it as an assist, which I'm happy about. He's got a great attacking threat. He looks absolutely class. Then Bruno Fernandes, he was my captain. He blanked. He got 2 points. Obviously, they lost 2-0 to Hull somehow. Very poor from Bruno Fernandes. I'm not happy about him at all. Now, Szoboszlai, he is the confirmed penalty taker from Liverpool, it looks like. He was on all the corners and free kicks, and he also did take up attacking positions up front. I'm really happy about him being in my team. He looks really good, especially for 7 million. Then Mamadou Sangare, he walked away with 14 points. I wish he was my captain. Got 2 assists and he got defensive contributions, but he did get subbed off a bit early, but he still got the points, which is all I'm bothered about. He's great for 5.5 million. Then I had João Pedro up front. Chelsea looked really good against Fulham. Defensively wise, maybe not, because they did concede 2. I know there's a bit of controversy around Sanchez not being very good. However, João Pedro, he looked absolutely great. Cole Palmer as well is someone to consider, but João Pedro, he got a goal and assist, I believe. He was really good. I also had Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's on penalties. He didn't score against Nottingham Forest. It was the free kick from Anton Stach that they scored. Calvert-Lewin, I'm not too sure about him. He only got me 1 point. I think he got yellow, which is pretty poor, but it is what it is. On my bench, I had Alexander Isak. He scored me 2 points. I was really hoping when I watched the Liverpool game that he'd be on penalties, but he wasn't. I think I'm just going to give him more of a chance. Liverpool fixtures look really good. They don't have another forward to play over him, so I'm just going to keep him in my team and just hope. I am considering Haaland because the Man City fixtures look good. Then I had Brahim Mbeumo. Obviously, Man United didn't score anything. He only got 2 points. It's pretty poor. However, I think he played on the right wing, and I think Cunha played up front, which is something to consider about the attacking threat. Then I had Dan Ballard. He didn't reach defensive contributions. Sunderland conceded 2 goals, and I think he also got a yellow, which brought him down to 0 points, which is pretty poor. I'm going to give him more chance, though, to get into it. Sunderland do play Fulham next. However, I'm going to show you my next team in a second, and I'll explain if I've picked him or not. That was my team. It was alright. I did score 84 points, and obviously I was in 46,000, and now I'm moving on to my Game Week 2 selection. In goal, I'm going to have Lammins against Ipswich. Obviously, there's doubts about Man United's defence. However, Ipswich, newly promoted, it's at home for Man United. I am praying that Man United do well, or else I'm going to have to really consider my team. Aston Villa looks poor in their 4-0 loss, which is why I'm playing Calafiori and Gabriel against them. Obviously, it is an away match, but I suspect they'll probably keep a clean sheet. If not, they should beat Aston Villa. Gvardiol, I'm playing him against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace look a bit poor. They lost 2-0 to Everton. And Gvardiol, again, what I was saying, he could get clean sheet points and also he could get a goal. Moving up to my midfield, I've got Szoboszlai against Nottingham Forest at home. Nottingham Forest, they did lose to Leeds. I think Liverpool, they looked a bit poor, but again, Szoboszlai, he's on penalties, he's on free kicks, he's on corners. I don't know why I wouldn't have him. It's a home match. Hopefully Liverpool can have a better performance this time. Again, with Arsenal, I've got Zolis playing against Aston Villa. I'm hoping he gets a goal or assist again. He looked really good last time, and as Martinelli's leaving, I suspect he'll be playing a lot of minutes again. Now I've got Sangare against Leeds once again. Brentford looks really good. Sangare, hopefully he can get defensive contributions, maybe a goal or assist. On corners, he's always sat outside the box looking for a goal. Moving on is Bruno Fernandes against Ipswich at home. He's my captain. He was the top scorer midfielder last season. I'm hoping all it takes is a goal or assist. It's on free kicks, it's on corners, it's on penalties. All it takes is just one of those to come off someone's head to score a penalty. And obviously he can score from open play or get an assist from open play. That's why he's my captain. I've also got Brian Mbeumo. Hopefully he'll score against Ipswich. Ipswich, they're newly promoted. They did beat Sunderland, but they do look pretty weak. I'm hoping he'll get a goal or an assist. My forwards, I've got Isaac against Nottingham Forest at home. He's no longer on penalties, which is a bit of a shame. I've also got João Pedro against Brighton at home. Now, Brighton obviously do look good after their 4-0 win. Now, it's not exactly a concern of whether Chelsea are going to win, but all I think is Chelsea could easily get a goal against Brighton. Attacking wise, Chelsea looked extremely good against Fulham. Now, Fulham is a team that's probably going to struggle this season. You know, you could argue that, but Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers and João Pedro, them three look absolutely class up front. That's why he's in my team. On my bench, I have Verbruggen against Chelsea. Again, what I've just said, I suspect Chelsea's going to score against Brighton, to be honest. So he's on my bench. I also have Dan Ballard against Fulham at home. Now, I would like to bring him in if I could, because Fulham obviously don't look that good. I think Sunderland might struggle a bit this season, but I would like Dan Ballard in, but I just don't see a better option to bring him in. I also have Muramovic from Leeds against Brentford at home. I suspect Brentford is going to score. Brentford looked really good last time, so he's not going to get clean sheet points, and I'm not sure about his defensive contributions. I'm essentially going to leave him on my bench and have a look. If he reaches his defensive contributions, I keep him. If not, I might make a move to Vuskovic, who plays Leeds then Coventry, and he looks like a good Brighton defender. However, I don't think he reached defensive contributions in their last match, so I'm not too sure. Then I've got Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin is on penalties, but I just don't think he's that good, to be honest. I'm considering someone like Wissa, because Wissa looked absolutely incredible for Newcastle. Since we're just moving on to game week 2 now, I'm just going to give people more chances to see who shall I bring in. I'm considering Bruno Fernandes, maybe, if he's not performing, moving down to Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer looked really good. Calvert-Lewin, I'm considering maybe Igor Jesus if he starts scoring, or probably Wissa, because Wissa looks pretty good and he looks pretty nailed for minutes. My original idea was to move Ballard after the first 2 fixtures and move him over to Vuskovic, which I might still do. I just need to keep an eye on Vuskovic and see how well he's playing. Anyway, that is my team. I will not be using any of my chips. I am sort of unsure if I should play Zolis or Calvert-Lewin, because Calvert-Lewin's on penalties and it's like all it takes is one penalty and then boom, that's a goal. However, Zolis, Aston Villa, they look poor. Arsenal are obviously really good, and Zolis I think is pretty nailed for minutes because of Martinelli potentially leaving. So I think I'm happy with this lineup. It could change. I've had a really good game week 1 that I'm extremely happy about. I'm in 46,000 in the world. Hopefully I can keep it up and stay where I am. This will probably be my team following next week. If I make any changes, I will make a new video. So if you can, leave a like and subscribe. You'll be notified if I release a new video. And hopefully you can follow me along in my FPL season. Hopefully I can get in the top 50,000 this season. I would absolutely love that. Anyway, guys, if you've got any suggestions or questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I will answer and read every single one. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.